Today's video was made possible by Squarespace. What's up internet, Kevin here on TLD. It's the end of the month again, and that means it's time for our top 5 iOS games, this time for March 2014. Now this time we have a good mixture of action, role-playing, and puzzle games, a majority of which do have a bit of a fantasy theme going on. So let's check them out. Now diving right in, the first game on the list is by far the simplest in concept, but also the most intense and masochistic at times, WaveWave. WaveWave's controls are simple. Touch the screen to make the line go up, let it go again to make it go down, and just keep doing this to avoid obstacles. Thing is, the game already starts off at an insane speed, and will constantly throw different random challenges at you only to make it worse, like rotating the screen, inversing it, or just making the whole thing a lot more narrow. If you're ever feeling particularly daredevil, the game also rewards you by making several small waves quickly, boosting your time. It's just very difficult considering all the obstacles being thrown at you. There's a couple different modes to choose from for different challenges, and anyone who's a fan of a game that involves numerous fast-paced deaths and retries will find this one to their liking. Easily worth $3 considering the amount of time you can lose if you're up for the challenge. And next up on the list is a bit more of a strange game, at least in terms of its art design. It's a mixture of old school 2D style platforming, as well as Galaga style shooting, Glorkion Warrior. At first glance, the game looks a lot like any number of popular old-school arcade top-down shooters, but with the added issues that power-ups are only temporary, and you're actually standing on the ground, so you need to be wary of land enemies as well, avoiding them by jumping on them or killing them by landing on their head. Levels also change a bit based on how many times you've tried, and there's also a little storyline going on, so no number of replays is going to give you the exact same level to memorize. Silly, simple, and most importantly fun, Glorkion is a good old-school design twisted up just a little bit, priced at just $2.99. Now the next 3 games on the list all have a bit of a fantasy theme going on, but cover very different genres of games. First up is Block Legend, running a little cheaper than the rest of the games on this list at $1.99. Block Legend plays out like a simple puzzle matching game, with the difference that what you combine on the screen will result in attacks and moves you make against enemies, prepping your defenses, healing wounds, or just attacking with magic or a weapon. Each playthrough has power-ups to gain by leveling up or saving money, and between runs you can unlock new options like different characters to play as with varying advantages. The game's got a heavy emphasis on the retro look and sound, and while its original release was plagued by numerous bugs, the dev has been responsive this whole time, updating it constantly and addressing its problems, making the current version way more stable. Now fourth on the list is a game whose genre is traditionally really only been seen on PC, but it's taken it and simplified it and made it a lot easier to learn for people to pick up as a fun little casual game to play portably. Braveland. If you've ever played any of the Heroes of Might and Magic or King's Bounty games, then this form of turn-based strategy combat will be very familiar, albeit considerably more on rails and focused on combat. As you'll go from battle to battle, you'll raise your army, gain items to boost the power of your commander, level up, and enjoy simple but fun tactical combat. It's not the most complex entry in the genre, but as something to kill time with while out and about, it's fantastic. For fans of the genre, or even just someone looking for a simple RPG to pass time with, it's worth the asking price of $3. Now, normally I don't try to rank these things in terms of number 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth, but this last game really is the one I spent the most time on and enjoyed the most, and to boot, it's also the cheapest game on the list at only 99 cents, Devious Dungeons. Devious Dungeons is a basic 2D adventure platformer, but what it does differently is the fact that every time you die, the dungeons you explore reset and take on a new random form. Like most RPG action hybrids, or just most app games these days, you level up from killing enemies and can spend gold you find on new equipment upgrades to make your journey easier. It's straightforward and honestly not all that original, but it does the formula well enough and is only $1. You'll easily spend more than enough time in-game to make this purchase worth it. So those were my top 5 iOS games for March 2014. Before I get out of here though, I do want to take a quick moment to thank the guys over at Squarespace for helping make today's video possible. Squarespace is one of the easiest and fastest ways to make your own website thanks to their drag and drop functionality, and everything is optimized to look good no matter what device you're viewing it on. Whether it's your desktop, tablet, or smartphone, it's gonna look good. They've got a great support staff working out of New York available all day, every day, and pricing starts off as low as $8 a month with a free domain if you sign up for the year. If you want to give it a shot, the guys over at Squarespace were awesome enough to give our fans the chance to have a 7-day free trial with 10% off your order if you decide to actually keep using it. All you gotta do is use the promo code TLD at checkout. That'll net you those benefits and show us some support. As always guys, thanks for watching the video. Please make sure to let us know in the comments your picks for some of your favorite app games to come out this month. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to let us know by destroying that like button, and if you're not a subscriber yet, then hit that button too, because we've got more content on the way, including an update on the current status of the current gen console war. Until then, I'm Kevin for TLD, and we'll see you later.